So I've edited what Visual Studio gave us as the default when we created the new Simple Sharp Pro file. Um, so what we have here is it'll automatically give us this, our namespace, whatever we named the program when we created it, and it will give us the class control system derived from Crestron control system. Automatically puts that jazz in there. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to define, as the comments will show you, is we want to define some local variables. So the first thing that I did is I defined a local variable. I named it main xpanel, and it is of type or class xpanel for Smart Graphics. So remember back in the other video when we included this Crestron Simple Sharp Pro.UI DLL and then did the using Crestron.SimpleSharpPro.UI, this xpanel for Smart Graphics class is in this UI DLL. So that's what we need to use if we were going to use an xpanel. So I declared it here. I also just declared a little dummy variable, an integer, called it dummy counter, and I am initializing it to 0 at startup. So you see down here, public control system. What this is what is called a constructor. So you'll notice control system, this name matches what we called our class here. So the first thing that goes on down here in this constructor, this constructor is executed as soon as this code is loaded. So the constructor, you think of that as initialization. So as soon as the code is loaded up, this constructor gets run, and this is where you set things up. So what we need to do, right, in a constructor in this instance is, so up here, again, we declared our xpanel, and we named it main xpanel. So here in our constructor, we're going to go ahead and say, hey, this variable, main xpanel, we want to make a new xpanel for Smart Graphics. And when you are constructing a new xpanel for Smart Graphics, it expects you to pass in certain parameters. One of those parameters is the IP ID 0x03. That is IP ID 03. And then who is going to handle this xpanel? And we label this meaning my class, this class that it is getting called from, which is my control system class. So control system class is going to handle this. It's going to own this. The next thing that we're doing here is we're saying, hey, the signal change event that that is included in the xpanel, we're going to go ahead and we're going to say, hey, this is a new signal event handler, and this is the name of our method that we want to call to handle those signal events, which in this case is buttons pressed and released, normal digital join buttons. So what this is doing, this whole thing, this is considered adding a delegate. So we add a delegate with a plus equals, and then a new, and then a delegate event handler. So this basically says, hey, whenever a signal changes, you are going to call this block of code. And that block of code is our delegate. It's our go-between that is going to handle all of that. Then the last thing that we do here is we're going to go ahead and just register. What that register does is it sets it up, initializes it, and makes it usable. Okay?